Alright guys, back on this parts ranger trying to strip this radiator support off of it, save it for the one we're building. I don't know if any of y'all curious how these come apart, but basically modern vehicles held together with overlap sheet metal and about 1,000,000 spot welds. That's it. So you gotta kind of look for the spot welds, and you gotta kind of plan it out, because I'm not so much worried about saving the underneath metal on this, so I drilled right on through. But you got to kind of plan it out so you don't drill holes through the metal that you're trying to save. And if it does happen, you could fix it, but and like areas like this, you can't hardly get to it. But anyways, you drill it out, and you can use this will help you out. It's a spot weld, basically a spot weld breaker. You get it in between the panels, hit it with a hammer. It'll help you separate it. I'm leaving this whole fender rail on, and as you can see here, I'm taking this whole fender rail and the radiator support one piece. That's the best way to do it, is replace these. When you're fixing a wreck, you want to replace it in as few of pieces as possible, and that makes lining everything else up a whole lot easier. But like I said, you drill through, and I didn't have to, because I'm not saving this cab, but you don't want to try to drill all the way through, just until you can get the panel broke loose. Like you can see here, it's loose. Just drill all the spot welds out. Sometimes they're tricky to find. That's what they look like. That's what they look like there, and the whole vehicle's held together with those. You find those, and what I did on this particular one, I got spot weld cutters. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a body guy. I'm a mechanic, but I know the basics. But what I did on this particular case here, since like I said, I wasn't too concerned with saving what's under it, only the panels that I'm using, I pilot drilled with an 1/8 inch drill bit, and just came back with a 3/8 drill bit to finish it out, and that pretty much should take care of these spot welds, without going any bigger than that. And you can use spot weld drill cutters to do this, but drill bits are a whole lot cheaper, and it's a whole lot faster. There's about 1,000,000 ways to skin this cat. Just what works for me. Like I said, I'm not real efficient with it. I pretty much hate this, but like I said, it's got to be done. And anyways, we're getting there. I just wanted to show a little update. I am trying to work on it a little bit every day, to stay motivated, whether it's 10 minutes or an hour or whatever. Just as long as I have this in my mind and I continue working on it every day, it'll eventually get done. Anyways, that's it for now. Stay tuned, and hopefully there'll be some more progress soon. I had to take a break here and just have a little bit of a rant. Why can't there be a plug like every other auto manufacturer at the doors? No, Ford makes you pull the whole wiring harness out the door and feed it through just to remove a door. Anyways, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just one step that it would have been just as simple to have a plug right there in the door jamb, or in that A-pillar, to unplug. Anyway, we're getting it. I'm getting it separated here now. Got the radiator support bushing bolts out. Almost didn't get it out. The bolt's pretty rusty, but I did get it. I'm gonna have to replace it. I think the other one was the same way. But give me just a minute here, and I should have this front clip off. I'm just wiggling it out, and little by little, trying not to damage anything. I'll be back in a minute. All right, there it is, sitting on the ground. As you can see, I pulled it off in one piece, left that fender rail on it. I think it'll be easier to line it up on the other Ranger. But that's it. It's really not that hard. It's just a bunch of drilling and getting stuff out of the way, and it's really not that big a deal. Once you get down to it, it just takes a while, but if you keep working on it little by little, you'll get it. These things are put together by human beings. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure a robot welded this thing together, but my thought process is if it's man-made, then we ought to be able to fix it. And I think this is probably one of the worst condition Rangers probably that's ever been fixed, but we're going to fix it. And that's where we're at right now. Next thing I'm going to do is start getting stuff off under the hood. Pull the radiator, condenser, get everything unhooked, get the computer pulled out of the firewall, get the steering column unbolted, the master cylinder off the firewall, e-brake cable, whatever grounds wiring in between the cab and the rest of the truck. That way I can pick this cab off the frame. Once this cab is off the frame, then the fun can start. But yeah, I guess once the cab is off this frame, I do need to get this engine and transmission out of it, because I won't be using it. And then we'll go through the frame, make sure everything's okay on that side of it. And if I see any issues, I'm gonna correct that before I go back together. One thing I did do was I ordered a whole pile of gaskets to reseal the engine that's going back in this, the original engine. It leaks from just about everywhere, and don't get me wrong, I am a 21-year master tech, but I'm a General Motors master tech, so this will be the first time for me being inside of one of these 3 liters. But I don't think it'll be that bad. So far, this has been a pretty easy truck to work on. But I guess I'll film that. Once this is down to a bare chassis, then that's going to be my next big project, is going through that engine and resealing it and getting it ready to drop in as one whole assembly. I'm going to do the same thing to the transmission. I'm going to clean it, knock new seals in it. I'm going to service it, new filter kit, pan gasket, anything that I know that it needs, it's going to get right off the bat. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to waste money. If it doesn't need it, I'm not going to replace it. But stuff that needs to be replaced now while the engine out, like rear main seal and oil pan, stuff like that, would be hard to do with the engine in the truck. I want to do it now. And anyway, I guess look forward to that in the future. And yeah, I guess I'll make some progress getting this tore down further so I can get the cab off of it, and then the engine trans out. All right, guys. Ooh, a little more progress. Got the radiator and condenser out, little by little. Ooh, I'm about had it for today. Might do a few more little things, and I think we're gonna save the rest for another day. Next big job is getting this cab off, and I'm gonna try to get that done in the next couple days while I'm motivated. But I feel like I got a good little bit of progress done this week, and at least we're getting back on it. And like I said, as long as I stay working on this thing every day, little bit by little bit, even if it's only 10 minutes, it'll eventually get done. And anywho, that's where we're at. I'm gonna leave it right here for now. Starting to get a big pile of Ranger parts all over the place, so I need to stop and pick up a little bit so I can get around. So I don't have to play Tetris with all my vehicles to get in and out of my yard. Put all my tools up. But anyways, guys, that's where we're gonna leave it for now, and thanks for watching.